Hi, I'm Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas, and today we're going to make a blend for National Heart Health Day. And it's actually Women's Heart Health, but so it'll be a little flowery. But then we'll have some moderate different alternatives so you can make the blend of your choice to help you or a loved one's heart be as healthy as it can be. And we're going to start with a base of frankincense because it helps to increase circulation. There's a reason we're doing all this. So we're going to get 5 drops of that. Remember that we normally get 6 drops of a base note. So we got another one coming. Oops. There we go. Okay. With frankincense you can use there's 3 different kinds, the Sacra, the Kateri, and another one. I usually use the Kateri because if you'll remember in our cancer series, the Kateri was the particular type of frankincense that was most helpful for people with different types of cancer. So then we're going to put 1 tiny little drop of cinnamon. You can use cinnamon bark, you can use cinnamon leaf, which is a little bit lighter. You could use cassia if you want to, because it's also a cinnamon. But we just want a touch of cinnamon because it's overwhelming in a blend, and we want to use cinnamon because it helps blood sugar. And people with diabetes, they definitely have heart trouble. They don't tell you until you get sent to a heart specialist, but diabetes is heart trouble. So you have help with blood pressure, blood sugar, and in general your metabolism because it's very warming and it circulates. And we like circulation, especially for our base notes, because that's going to keep that energy going. And we're going to use mid notes. There we go. We're going to use lavender because it helps with chronic stress. If I can get this open. I got it. Oh, strong. These things. This is the Absolute. That's why it's a little hard to get open. You can use the Absolute, or you can use for this type of blend, you can use just lavender essential oil. We're going to use 13 drops. And the Absolute is very viscous, green, thick, but boy, in a blend, it goes forever. And lavender is nice and flowery, but it's also important because it helps people sleep better, and it helps people have less stress attacks. When they do, it can help moderate it in a hurry. Now, if you are not a big lavender person, you can use Abate Anger, one of our essential oil flower essence blends. I told you my mother always said I was a slob. Anyway, and we could use this. It has a little bit of lavender in it, but it has other things in it also, and it has our petite fluorescences in there. So we could have used 13 drops of that. It really depends. Some people don't want a huge amount of scent, or they don't want a huge amount of lavender. And one reason is because we're going to use a couple drops of green clary sage. Green clary sage is great for anxiety. Well, to not have anxiety. And it works with both anxiety and depression. And they're just two sides of the same coin. So we're going to put a couple drops of that in. And it has a lovely scent, and it blends so well with lavender. Be sure you use the green clary sage. The other one smells like old shoes. And just to add in here, we have wisteria. Our wisteria with the Petite Fleur does have a little scent, but it's not overwhelming, and it is our flower essence or flower extraction that works for heart health. So I'm not even counting those as the heart, I'm just adding those in there. Okay, so we have a little bit extra of our heart note this time. And you can blend our flower essences. Are not water-based. They're enfleurages that are, the base is organic vegetable glycerin, and it will blend. It will blend with essential oils, with if you use perfume alcohol, or if you use carrier oil. It works with all of them. For people who do not like high scent, it helps with that. And essential oils are out of your system within 2 hours. So we smell this, already smells great, and wear it, and it's out of our system in 2 hours. The flower essences, the Petite Fleur that we make, they make a difference immediately in circulation, and they last in the body several hours. So that's important because it's all giving us that emotional support that we need. We all need it. Remember the first time I took wisteria, I made it, and I took it, and a friend was there, and she's like, golly, all of a sudden you're talking so nice, and you're so happy, and you're so forgiving. I guess I need a lot of this. So that's part of heart health also. So on our top notes, we're going to use Ylang Extra. Remember, Ylang is one of the, well, probably maybe the only one of the essential oils that you can use as a base, middle, or top note. And we're using it as a top note because it helps to reduce blood pressure, and you use it with people with diabetes. All I can say is it's good for balancing blood sugar. And remember, our top notes is the big wang that you're going to smell right away when you open your bottle. So we definitely want Ylang for that. And we're going to use 4 drops of that. Oh, it smells good. It has a very, very high, happy, important floral note to it. And we're going to use bergamot, which goes with probably any essential oil or flower essence that we make. And bergamot happens to lower cholesterol, which is very often involved in heart health. If you have more high-density lipoprotein cholesterol, that's good, and it balances out if you have a little bit high cholesterol. So bergamot is a good choice for this. I'm not making medical claims, I'm just saying it works. I don't promote it, I just use it. And it helps people with blood pressure issues. Now, people with low blood pressure, it's not going to affect them either way, but if it tends to be on the hyper side, then yes, you're going to see very much of a relaxing and better sleep by using bergamot. And it goes well with lavender. Remember, we were using lavender for some of that too. And it helps with anxiety. So I just want to get the right amount here. I'm going to do 5 drops. And anxiety, stress is usually related to stress, and anxiety, it causes all kinds of problems, just like sleep. If you can increase your sleep or enhance your sleep where it's better, then you're going to be healthier everywhere. We don't even know. Maybe I'll gain weight. I'm still trying. And if you can reduce anxiety, that's really what chronic stress is. And it puts hormones, they're called cortisol, that affect your heart adversely into your bloodstream. So it's like arrows going there and hurting your heart. So the least anxiety you have, the better. I keep thinking of when all three of my kids were teenagers at once. That was really high anxiety. And if I had a speech the next day or something important, sure enough, they'd show up with a crowd of noisy kids at 3:30 in the morning. So those were the days that I really learned how to use essential oils in a way that I saw a big difference right away. So I hope it can be good for you too. Now, we can use alcohol, the perfume alcohol, which is 200%. I like to use a carrier oil, and this just happens to be jojoba. I had a lady from Belgium that used to help me, and she always called it jojoba oil. I would make her say it over and over again because it just sounded so funny. It has a nice smell. It's not real overbearing. It's sweet and it's soft and it flows, and I can feel myself taking in calmness. Now we can leave this in a dark, cool place, not the refrigerator, and not a cold basement, because we want this essential oils to transform and to marry into a unique blend. And for as long as 10, 21 days, we probably don't have that much time, so at least try to leave it for a few hours or a few days before using it. And we're going to label it. I already have written down what I've put in this blend. Otherwise, I would suggest you keep a notebook, a little notebook, where you write down all the ingredients you put in the blends and what the blend's called and the date, and you might then leave some room for notes. I like to take notes of how it affected me or someone I was using it for. Now, I just want to make one note before we leave, and that is if you're doing a heart blend, I do not use rosemary or sage, Spanish sage, which is Salvia latifolia. Latifolia. So those two are more exciting to the nervous system and the upper parts of the body, and I would use those for other blends, but not for this one necessarily, especially if you have hypertension. And remember that in aromatherapy, as far as the sweet and loving and relaxing smells, the sage, which is not clary sage, that's a good one, but just plain sage it can be a neurotoxin for some people, so we want to be careful with that. So on that note, I hope you have a wonderful heart health day, and that something we did today will help you live a longer and healthier life. Please like and share and subscribe, and you'll see a list of the essential oils at the bottom of the page, and it'll give you links to our website if you want to purchase any of these essential oils. If you want larger amounts, just call or email me. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.